Alright folks, hello and welcome back, Human Resource Machine. And in the last episode we did the vowel incinerator and the alphabetizer. I'm going to go back to the main path for a little bit and kind of catch up here. Duplicate removal. Let's do duplicate removal. Sounds easy in concept. You're fired! Just kidding. But I do have a note here from your other supervisor. She's out sick today, but she says, it's time to eliminate inefficiencies. Da-da-da. And that's it. Okay. Send everything from the inbox to the outbox unless you've seen the same value before. Discard any duplicates. Okay. I'm going to copy from 0, copy to, let's just go 13 right there. And we're going to call this one actually my 0. It's going to stay there as a 0 forever. This is going to be my counter. Like that. Okay. First thing is we're going to inbox. I got to copy it to the value of the counter. And then I need to compare it. Oh, and let's do letter, because I'm going to start doing some comparisons and lose it in my hand. So inbox it, it's going to copy it to letter as well. Wait, whoa. Oh, yeah. Copy to letter, and then copy to counter. And then what I need to do is I need to compare it to everything that's laid out on the floor already. Basically, I now need to sub what's in my hand, which is still the letter, with... I think I need a third one, because I need a constant 0. I need a counter of my end state, and I actually need a counter of my... I hope there's not more than these counter 2. Counter of my iterations. So basically, I copied it to counter. I need to sub... Well, but you can't sub it with itself. So I'm probably actually not going to copy it to letter. Or no, I'm not going to copy it to letter. I'm not going to copy it to the counter place yet. I need to... Well, I need to start subtracting from things, but there's going to be no value there. So actually the first one I have to go inbox, outbox. Yeah, inbox, outbox, and then inbox. And then this is where I need to actually, like, program start. Because I need to get that first one out of the way. Oops, sorry. Inbox. Copy to my counter value. It needs to be on the floor first. Copy to the counter value. Outbox. And then bump plus my counter. Good. Then we start. Then I inbox. I'm going to copy it to letter. I'm going to sub it from the value of counter 2. If it's 0, it's a duplicate, and it basically just needs to go back up to the start function again. And I don't even need to copy it to the floor in this case because it's already on the floor somewhere. If it's not a duplicate for that one, what I need to do is I need to bump plus my counter 2. Well, I need to sub the counter 2. If it's 0 before that, I need to make sure that my counter 2... Actually, can I do that first? So I can start it off, and then in here, basically copy from counter... No. I need to... Ooh... Copy from counter, copy to 0 to start. It's going to add a function, which is unfortunate. Because I need to copy from my 0 and copy it to counter 2. To start my secondary counter over again. Interesting. We'll see if this works. Copy it to the letter. after I inbox it, I'm going to sub that letter from counter 2, which is currently a 0. If it's 0 spot. If it's the same, it's going to go back up to the top and start over because that number already exists and I don't want to outbox it. If it's not the same, I need to bump my counter 2 up. And then I need to jump, essentially, bump my counter 2, copy from letter, and then jump up to the sub again right there. We're just going to sub counter 2. Oh, but that's if. But first I've got to, before, Jesus. So I bump my counter 2. So I now have counter 2 in my hand, and I've got to sub that from counter. And if it's 0, it's going to need to go outbox. But maybe I can do this. And if it's 0, it needs to outbox it and do the next letter. Ooh, will that actually work? Let's find out. I don't think it's done, but it might be. So it takes D. Bumps my counter. Oh, no. Stop. Inbox. Bump counter. Crap. Can I just do that first? Since I know I gotta bump the counter on the very first one anyway. Okay, so now we got the first letter in there. Oh, I never put it on the ground. I still need to copy it too. Wait a minute. I still need to put it on the ground. Yeah, it still has to go on the ground. Because I need something to compare it to. How did I miss that? So B, put it on the... Ah, shoot. Because I bumped my counter first. And I didn't want to bump the counter. And I don't want to bump the counter the second time. That's the problem that I'm looking at. So I do need to bump the counter at the end and probably add another... outbox. So before it does this jump, I will need to outbox it. I was trying to eliminate that step of the outbox, but I don't know if I can. So C, put it on the ground, put it in the outbox, move on to... Did I miss my counter too? Copy from 0. Oh, no. You need to be the other one. Because that's just setting up a 0 in there. Okay, there we go. So it compares them. It's a -3. Boom. So it's going to reset all that stuff. Oh, no. You missed. You missed. You stop. Let's go back to... Hold on. It compares it. It's not a negative, or it's not 0, so they're not the same. So it bumped my counter up. It subbed the counter, realized we're at 0. And so what it has to do at this point is jump if 0. It needs to copy it to the ground. Let's start this in a really bad way. So now we need to copy it to the place of counter and then outbox it. Where'd my other outbox go? I lost my outbox command. And then jumps all the way back up here to the start. So CC, it's a good test for the beginning. So you got C, So it should not do anything with this C. It should put it down. It should realize it's a value that already exists. So reset all this crap back down and go to the next letter. Perfect. So A, it's comparing it. They're not the same. Bumps my other counter up. Realizes it's at the end. I put a 0 in there though. So now so it is 0. So first I need to copy from my letter spot. Copy to counter, outbox it. Okay, put it down, put it in the box. Nice. C should also go in the outbox, but then it should not go in the outbox the next time. Oh, it didn't. I never bumped my other counter up though. Hold on. How did I miss? Oh crap. I want to watch this again to see where it misses. Because now it's going to do a comparison here. B. So B's fine. Oh, I never bumped my counter. Why don't you let me go back? So right before it puts B down there, copies it to the counter, it outboxes, and then it needs to counter bump plus counter, and then move on with life. C, E should be fine and should be in the next spot. Empty value. Subtract. Wait, how did it get there? It should have... Wait, I'm confused. What did I do here? It bumped my counter 2. But it didn't bump my counter 2 at all. Oh yeah, there it goes. So bump the counter 2. Subs that from counter. It's not 0. So it copies from the letter again. Why on earth would it be out? Why would it be trying to outbox right now? You definitely don't want to outbox. You probably don't even want to do this. I probably just screwed this whole thing up. Okay, so far so good. It did the E thing. So basically, it realized the first one, so the next one, when it went through and... So it copies it down there and puts it to the outbox. Bumps my counter, goes back to the top. Starts getting my thing reset up. So it puts E in the letterbox. It compares it. It's not 0, so it's going to bump the counter. Checks the other counter to see if it was at the end of the list. It's not 0, so it's going to copy from the letter again. Oh, so I have a jump if 0 doing the exact same thing. It's going to copy the letter again for some reason. Copy it to... So, no. I messed this up majorly. Let me see if I can fix it. Alright, I think I fixed it. What I had originally was I had the sub counter, a jump if 0 that went right below itself. So basically it was jumping if 0, and if it wasn't 0, it was doing the exact same code. What I forgot to do was have it run it again by dropping the thing on the floor, or going to the next value of the thing on the floor. So I had to copy from the letter again and jump back up to here, which is then when it would sub the new counter value that we'd already incremented to check the next one on the floor to see if that was right. So let's see. Running this thing. It's a B, A is not B, so it's going to put it on the floor and outbox it. I don't even know where. C is also going to be on the floor and outbox. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting. B. Okay, B was on the floor already. A is also on the floor already. It's not a B, though. So it's going to move on to the next one. Checks it. Realizes it's a 0. Good. Goes back to A. So this should run the exact same loop. E should go and work just fine when we get to the D. It should actually drop it on the floor and end up putting it in the outbox. Hopefully in the right spots. Not a C. It's a D. So we take it, boom, on the floor in the outbox. Oh my god. E should do the exact same thing. And then the last 2 Ds should get discarded when they get to the 4th iteration. And then let's see what happens at endgame. Because he's going to try to inbox something that doesn't exist. So D, let's see what these Ds do. Speed it up just a little bit. The news is D. Oh, good. It discarded, so it should discard this one just the same, but what's going to happen at the end? Good! Duplicate removal has been completed. I definitely used more than 17. It's my speed challenge. Oh, I met the speed challenge, though. Yes! Meeting at least one of these makes me extremely happy. So, Digit Exploder or Scavenger Chain. Scavenger Chain sounds hard. Let's check out Scavenger Chain. Oh, Jesus. Cough, cough. Yes, it's getting a little drafty up here. Yeah, there's a hole in the side of the building. Facilities management has been notified, but we still have work to do. Each pair on the floor contains 1 data and 2 the address of another one of the pairs. A scramble chain. Each thing in the inbox is an address of one of the pairs. Outbox the data for that pair and also the data in all the following pairs in the chain. The chain ends when you reach a negative address. Repeat until the inbox is empty. What? So, what I'm guessing from this is, so this is a 23, so what it should do is grab the 23. It's going to grab A and outbox A, but then it's also going to have to jump to 10, which is P. Is it just 2? Each thing in the inbox is an address of one of the pairs. One of the pairs. Outbox the data for that pair and also the data in all following pairs in the chain. So I have to run through the entire thing. So this first one I should have A, P, E, and then stop because it's negative. So ape is my first one. Okay then. Wait, okay. Wait. How do I? Inbox. The hell? So I've got an inbox. Can I copy? I can't copy from what's in my hand, can I? Like from the data address of what's in my hand. I don't think so. So I'm going to use this as my... Oops. This is my address. So this is my address. So I'm going to inbox it. I'm going to copy it to address. And then I'm going to copy from the value of address. So that should put an A in my hand. And then I'm going to outbox that. Then I'm going to bump my address because the next address in the chain is right next to it. I'm going to copy from the value of address, copy that to my address value. Because then I've got to copy from... Then I think I can jump and copy from the address pair and outbox that But before, when I copy from my address, if it's negative, then that was the end. So then I can go back to there. Is that it? Wait. 23. It's going to get an A. It's going to outbox the A. It's going to bump that. 24. So it's got my 10 now. So I'm going to get a P. P's in there. It's going to... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. 20. E. When am I ever doing a comparison for... Oh, I'm not doing a comparison for negative. I'm just, boom, right there. It's negative. It starts over. E. So 13 is going to be S. C. 23. So ESC escape. So it's going to be ape and ape escape is what it's going to be. But let's see what it does after, because it's going to try to inbox again, but there's nothing in the inbox, but it should be fine. Oh my god. That was... Oh, come on. I met the speed challenge, but the size challenge, I'm one too many. That was such a good one. It was such a good one. I'm using all of this thoroughly as well. I don't like having to... It's annoying to have to do the copy to and copy from basically back to back. Bump address, copy from address. I don't know how I can get this one any lower right this second. Let me stare at it for a minute and see if I can figure it out. Okay, guys. I think I figured out how to do this. And just rereading this code, it's nice because it's short. Basically, I can make this jump go up to here. And then get rid of that. That should do it. And here we go. Size challenge 8. Speed challenge met. Yes. One of the later levels, and I've done both little light bulbs are on.